Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I haven't put a video out in a while, uh, for reasons maybe I'll discuss at some point or not. Um, but just been busy, and I did make some videos, I think two or three of them, and I just never had a chance to edit them and then upload them. And you know, outside of YouTube, obviously, I have a full-time job, and you know, and this was never supposed to be a money making channel. It was just something for fun, just to kind of put stuff out there, interact with other people who are kind of like minded, and when it comes to plants and stuff like that. So that being said, one of the things that I wanted to work on today is I have this plant, and again, I don't know what the names of plants are. I just call them, whatever. This is my divorce plant. And so literally, when my marriage ended, this was the only thing I got from it. Alongside heartache and everything else. But regardless, this is what I got in the divorce. I lost everything else, um, and this plant is about. Let's see, so that happened in 2010. So what's that? 9 years. So this plant is about 11 years old, and when we had first bought it, it was this beautiful plant. It was full, um, and eventually, so when I took it over, I had didn't really have a lot of plants. I had a couple of others, and they were still doing fine. Um, I had my dog. Eventually, I got my dog. My dog ended up chewing a couple of plants, killed them, and this one was still thriving though. And it wasn't until I got my cat Chaplin. He really seems to enjoy this plant, and he's never fallen ill from it. So I'm going to assume that it's non-toxic. I should have probably done some research on it, but so this poor thing has been sitting in our bathroom. I figured, give it the moisture it required. The only thing is that the bathroom doesn't really give a lot of sunlight, so this thing has been trying to survive for the past 2 years, I guess, in a bathroom, 2.5 years in a bathroom. Um, and I figured today is the day that it gets transplanted, and I'm gonna try to keep it in the greenhouse so that it gets the proper light. And I want to see if I can actually bring this poor thing back to its former glory. It's been neglected. Oh my God, I can't talk. Long enough that it needs some love. So that's the goal for today. Um, so we'll get started with that. And I ended up buying a couple of tall pots. Um, I'll just grab them right now. So I got these massive things. And I'm kind of wondering if I should use those or just kind of put it in this one for the time being until I can get it back to its former glory. So I did ended up deciding to use this one here, and just because I'm not sure how well the root system is on this plant, and putting it in a smaller pot, I'm hoping will help it kind of develop the roots and stuff, and we'll see. So just gonna give it some fresh soil. So I have this huge thing of Pro Mix here. I really am hoping that this plant comes back, because it really is a beautiful plant. It's not struggling to survive. So it's kind of like a metaphor for life with everybody, right? We're all beautiful people, just struggling to survive, I guess. Yeah, that was a bit cheesy. But regardless. So So I just kind of filled it, I don't know, halfway, a little over a third of the way. And just gonna move this out of the way. Let's see if I can get this to go down. There we go. Okay, so just made a bit of a well there. Just gonna put this off to the side for now. And we're gonna bring this one up, and you can see from it being in the bathroom, like the soil itself has gotten a bit moldy. It's quite dry. Like I said, this poor thing's been neglected. And let's hope we can bring her back. So I'm just gonna kind of dig around, just so that the roots that aren't there don't get damaged too much. Pull her up. So, you know, for a plant that's 10 years old or 12 years old, that's a pretty sad root system. And so that's what we're going to try to build up, I guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bury quite a bit of the stem here too, to try to get it to force it to grow roots from this area, and hopefully it comes back. So, okay. And just like the other plants that we've transplanted, just kind of want to push down, try to get rid of most of the air pockets that may have formed in the soil. Okay, just gonna add a little bit more. Not much, just to kind of even both sides out. So you do want to have a bit of a lip so that when you water, it doesn't overflow. Okay, so that's it. And then it's rained here, and I actually had a bucket outside collecting some rainwater, so that's what this is. I'm actually gonna do this. And I ended up getting some organic plant food from somebody I work with. Apparently they couldn't handle the stench that this thing smells like. And it is pretty strong, I guess, but when you read the ingredients, you understand why. I mean, it's seaweed and molasses, and it kind of smells like shit, but whatever. It actually has been doing a great job with the other plants. They really seem to like it. So might smell like shit, but it works. All right, it's kind of like the Buckley's. It tastes like shit, but it works. So I'm gonna give it a generous feeding, and that is gonna come out the bottom. So I'm going to let it do its thing, drain a bit. And there you have it. And if anybody knows what this plant is called, there you go, that's what it looks like. When the leaves start to mature a little bit better, they get some white in them as well. You might be able to see some of it there. And yeah. So this is my my divorce plant, and oh, I'm hoping that it comes back, because whenever I look at this, I think, you know what? You've survived this long, you can you can survive longer. So yeah, so there's that. All right, have a good one, guys.